Hello me beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a really interesting video that I saw that Taylor doing, and I know that I mentioned that Taylor on my channel a lot, but I'm just like really inspired by her channel. I really love the content that she puts out, and I have never seen this video idea before. I've seen the whole mixing together foundations, that whole thing. I have not seen like putting together all of my like one shade foundations and seeing the difference in the shade that you get. So I wanted to actually test that for myself. So I give that Taylor all the credit. I just wanted to try it out. So in this video, I have 6 foundations that are all named the shade Ivory. If I had it my way, I would have all porcelain shade foundations because I am very pale. As you can see, I'm a pale person. Ivory just doesn't cut it for me a lot of the time. Ivory can be my shade like in the summertime. I know that sounds kind of sad. I don't know. I'm just like a white person. So I'm going to be swatching all of the foundations on my skin, showing you the difference, and then I'm gonna be combining all of them and applying them to my skin. So if you like these types of videos, be sure to give this one a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe before you leave because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yes, let's get into the video. I'm gonna scoot you guys a little bit closer so we can get a better look at the foundations. So I did already wear my foundation for the day. It is 7:50 in the evening. So I just wiped off all of my face makeup. I kept on the brows and the eye makeup because let's be real, I'm not redoing all of my makeup at 8 o'clock at night. It's just not happening. These are the foundations that I have that are the shade Ivory. I have the Revlon Color Stay Full Cover Foundation. This is in the shade 110 Ivory. This is a good foundation if you have oily skin and you want something a little bit thicker, more full coverage that's gonna last a good amount of time on your skin. I have the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation in the shade 705 Ivory. And I know this is gonna be way too dark for me. I have the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation. This is the Matte and Poreless in the shade 112 Natural Ivory. Then I have the LA Girl Pro Matte HD Longwear Matte Foundation in the shade Ivory. This is gonna be really light. Then I have the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour Comfort Serum Foundation in the shade 100 Ivory. And the last foundation is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation in the shade L40 Classic Ivory. So the CoverGirl foundations are definitely going to be darker because CoverGirl makes really dark foundations. And I think that the Revlon foundations and the Maybelline one are a little bit lighter, so they might work better for my skin. And it's interesting, going through all of my foundations, I realized that none of my high-end foundations were named Ivory. They all had some sort of like number, or it was like a shade like Aspen or Shell, or like it was not Ivory, Porcelain. It was not those general names, so that's why all of these are drugstore. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch on the side of my face the Revlon Color Stay foundation first, just to get an idea of like what the foundations look like before I apply them. So that is the Revlon Full Cover, what is this called? The Full Cover Foundation. And it actually is a pretty good shade match for me. And let's do the Rimmel Lasting Finish Foundation next. All right, this one's definitely more warm, more olive tone, but still a pretty good shade match for me. It actually makes the Revlon one look too light. And I'm going to add a little bit more to this Revlon one because I don't like how it's swatched. There we go. Better. And this video is just to be like informative, I guess, because everyone goes by a certain shade range. Like if you're trying to look for your color in a foundation, if you say like normally I'm an Ivory, it's a pretty good bet that it's going to be a shade match, but this shows you the range and how different it can look just by calling it Ivory. So let's do the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir Foundation next. So far, this one or the Rimmel one are the darkest. This is really dark. I guess I'll do 3 on this side. All right, so that's the shade difference. Isn't that crazy? Let's do the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. Got some on my hair. Good thing I'm taking a shower after this. So this one's kind of similar to the other CoverGirl one. It's a very similar color. Then let's do the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. Honestly, this one is probably the best shade match for me out of all of the foundations. This one looks really orange. This one looks really olive. This one looks very like cool tone, undertone. This is more warm. This is a neutral undertone. I am most often a neutral undertone in foundations. And last but not least, the LA Girl Pro Matte HD foundation. I know this is gonna be pale white, lighter than this one probably. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, what? Look at the shade difference. That's insane. All named Ivory. So you really can't like bet that you're gonna be an Ivory in all of these shades. And it's so different, like this side compared to this side. So I'm curious to see like what these lighter foundations do to the mix. I'm curious if it's going to lighten that up. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this goodness off of my face. I know I'm already pretty just like this, but it's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe these off of my face. I'm gonna do a little mixy and then we're gonna apply it to the skin, see how it wears. All of these are pretty matte formulas, so it should come out pretty matte, I think. Now I basically just did a pump of each and this is what it's looking like. It's a little runny. The Revlon one looks, let's see, this one looks really weird because it's so thick. And the rest of them are runny. So I'm gonna just like whirl it around with my finger, try and get good mix going. It feels weird. It says way more foundation than I'm gonna need, but. All right, this is what the shade is looking like. I think it's gonna match me. And I'm gonna use a beauty blender to apply this. Oh yeah, for sure, really matte. I actually really like the finish and the coverage that this is giving me. Try not to cover up the eyebrow. Oh yeah, this looks real nice. It's covering really well and the shade matches me pretty well. It's maybe a little dark. I know it doesn't look like it on camera. I don't know, seems deoxidizing just a little. That could be from the CoverGirl foundations. I'm gonna add some concealer as well. I'm gonna go in with the Natasha Denona concealer. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. I might return it, to be honest, like in comparing it to the e.l.f. concealer that I already have. Oh, that's a mess. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I don't know if this beats it. It's good, but also like I have a $5 concealer that does the same thing and is easier to apply. So I might return this. It goes on really lightweight and it feels nice. And I haven't had any issues with it like drying before it's blended out. I don't know, like I think it looks nice, but also I have something that does the same thing for way cheaper. Let me go ahead and add a powder on the rest of my skin and just show you guys how the foundations are looking. They don't feel too heavy, which is surprising because when I did all of my foundations mixed together, granted it was like 3 or 4 times this much, but I didn't, like I felt really heavy and these actually don't feel that heavy. All right, you guys, my skin actually looks really good. Looks very flawless, very matte, very poreless. It looks very smoothed out. It doesn't emphasize texture. I'm actually really happy with how this looks, and let me go ahead and add some bronzer because I feel like I look weird. This is the Milano Silky Matte bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. I actually really do like this combination. All right, wasn't expecting that, but here's the skin. It looks really nice, and I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like, and I was curious to try it out for myself. Let me know if you guys have tried this at all at home. It's a lot of foundation to go through, but also like it's kind of a cool experiment. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.